Everyone, welcome back to our 100-day challenge. I did a little shopping this morning and I bought some Delusions paint. I actually needed some sprays, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to try these paints. Their colors are so vibrant. Richard, can you open that yellow one so I can show it? They are so vibrant. So I got the yellow one. I got London Blue. I got Funky Fuchsia and Tangerine Dream, and I don't know the color. What's it say on the lid? Look at how bright that is.
Lemon Zest.
Lemon Zest. Look at how bright these are. So I want to use them. I don't think I'll use them all in this picture. So right now I'm going to do something with this bicycle. It's a scrapbook page. It had a bicycle on it, and I just tore the bottom off. But I don't like working with paper that has such a heavy core, you see? They're so thick. So I sprayed the back of this one, and I've been slowly peeling back that core so it will glue down nicely on my page, and it's much easier to work with and much more pliable. So that's what I'm doing. What are you doing, Richard?
I don't know yet.
Not sure?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll check back in with you in a few minutes.
Okay.
So just wanted to show you how I was doing this. I just take a spray bottle of water, spritz it on the back, and then just let it soak in, and then slowly. You can see how the paper becomes more translucent. You can see through it, and as opposed to this. That's what I'm going for. So I thought I'd come back on. Richard's decided what he's going to do. He's drawing that beautiful tree that we saw. What was it called? Garden of Eden, right? In Maui. We went to this place called the Garden of Eden. It was gorgeous. Remember how hot it was?
Beautiful.
It was just, there were peacocks. It was just beautiful. But anyway, he's going to draw that. But he tried the Delusions Blue. And again, it's called London Blue. Isn't it pretty? And it used so tiny. He didn't even dip into the jar. It was like a little bit from the lid with some water, right?
Yeah, that was it.
And then he's drawing the tree with his charcoal pencil that we bought.
Conte
Paris. Conte de Paris.
And it's blanc.
Blanc.
Which is white. Which doesn't make sense.
It's blanc.
Blanc, and I would say, why? Why? Why blanc?
Oh, Richard. Anyway, so I am but I'm sharing a collage technique that I was just reminded. I was watching Deb Artsology. Hi, Deb, if you're watching. She did a really cool art journal background technique on her page, which I've done before, but I was reminded of it. I was like, yeah, why don't I ever do that anymore? So basically, you just take your images and paste them on your page however you want them to be, and then you take paints, like the color of the images, to blend them all. So at the end, it all looks like one solid image. So I don't know that I might use some of this blue, but I don't think I'll be using, oh, maybe that. I don't know. But I'm going to be using some other paints too. The problem is I can't video and paint at the same time. So I'm going to put some more gel medium down there because I don't want anything lifted like that. See? So I'll get that all gelled down. So I'll come back once I've got some of this done, and hopefully I can show you a little bit of the process. So here's how I've sort of blended my stuff together so far. So now I've got some white paint on my, oh, I thought I did. I've got white paint right here. I'm going to put it on my palette. That is really getting grungy, isn't it? I love the look of a grungy palette, but there's, so I put a little bit of white paint on that. I'm going to take my brush and just put it in the white paint, and then I am going to apply it to this stamp, and I'm just going to stamp it kind of all over the place. So that's how you try to make a coherent art journal page. Here, I'll put some more by the bike here. Sorry for the shadows. Oh, we were just outside. I ran in the house to get my phone, and I heard the most weirdest. Oh, it's so weird and angry sounding, wasn't it, Richard?
Yeah.
These crows and apparently magpies were fighting, and there were so many of them that several of the neighbors came out to see what was going on. So the street across from us, these crows and magpies were like, oh my goodness, it was cray-cray. I'm going to stencil, as soon as my little rings dry there, I'm going to stencil that butterfly in that yellow paint and see what happens. And I got a new little spatula for 99 cents. It's by Ranger. You guys probably seen them for stenciling. So it's a craft squeegee. So it's much easier to clean up and easier to stencil. So there you go. So this isn't as much as I'm going to do on my background. So I stenciled my butterfly with that pretty, pretty yellow. It's gorgeous. And I ended up using a sponge and not the squeegee. I just used a sponge, and there's another butterfly half off the page. And then I did the same thing with these letters down here, just random letters. And then I think I showed you the paint, that I stamped on there. And that's about it. And then I just took my finger and wiped around some white and blue around the edge of the page, just to frame it off. And the next thing I'm going to do is to add my journaling on the page. So, and Richard, where are you at? Let's see. It looks so pretty.
I don't know.
Can you hold it over here? Oh, maybe turn the light on. That's why it's so dark over there. I was trying to figure out why it's so dark. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. See the tree and the green and that vibrant blue. It's very, very pretty. Nice. Yeah, so that's where we're at. I'm not sure how I'm going to do my text, but I think I might use my typewriter. Not sure. Just going to let it dry. So here's my finished page. I had so much fun with this. We were watching the movie San Andreas with The Rock while we were doing our journaling. And, you know, you kind of chuckle at those kind of movies. They're kind of funny. But anyway, I had fun doing this page. I just waxed all of my pages that I hadn't waxed up till here. This is the wax that I use. It's called Dorland's Wax Medium. And do you guys know Donna Downey? You know her of her work. She did a workshop I went to here. Actually, she gave me her apron. And I was looking through her book, and her pages felt like leather. And so I just asked her, what is it that you do with your pages? And she goes, I wax them so that they won't stick together. Because when you're using mixed mediums, the pages will often stick together. And this way they're not. They're like leather, and they bend, and they're more pliable, and it keeps the work better. So that's what I've been doing since she gave me that tip. So I bought mine at the paint spot. Where's the paint spot?
On the south side.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Oh, I bought it on the south side of Edmonton at the paint spot. And it was $30. But, I mean, there's so much in here. Tons and tons and tons and tons. So, anyway, here's my page. You saw at the beginning how I had the bicycle image and the flower image and the other flower image up in there somewhere. And so I tied them all together with similar paint that I kind of mixed to make it sort of match. And same there, and so on and so forth. And then the print that this bicycle was on already had this white, looks like blister pack marks on it. It already had that. And then I added to that, I used, whatever you call this stuff, you know. And I just put some white marks there and a little bit here and here, just to tie it all together so it looks like the whole page was done like that. You saw me stamp the little dotted rings. And I also, this is just paint. I didn't use mixed media for the letter. I didn't use molding paste for the letters on the side. And so that's just paint on the side. And it is that new Delusions paint. And then all around that thing, I used our pen and I did my squiggly lines. And then I did some little doodles in the middle. And what else did I do to this page? I think that's about it. So my saying for today is, follow your dreams, they know the way. And the reason I put the words going that way, because the bike is going in that direction. So this is page 47, I believe. And did I even write it? I went back on all the other pages to see if I'd written them all. So 46 is right there. I thought for sure I wrote 47 on here. But anyway, today is day 47. And yeah, so that's it for me. And I'll hand this over to Mr. Richard. Oh, that yellow was on the bicycle as well, which is why I put the letters in yellow down the side. Oh, and the butterflies. I forgot to mention the butterflies. So anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and here's Richard.
And here I am. And so I am finished my piece. No sayings, just to let you know that it's something that I captured from our trip to Maui. These are some of the really cool trees. So I sort of did a semi-abstract of this scene of this tree, and the background is done in water. The whole thing is in watercolors.
Except the Delusions paint.
And Delusion paint is the background, which is you really can't see it anymore. It's almost gone. It's the brighter blue on the edges and that. So yeah, here's my piece of a wonderful, I think it's a banyan tree or something like that they call it. And so, see you tomorrow.